scammer pretending to be a flat earther. You're watching Jaron now. Unsubscribe. Don't give him money. He's just scamming you. Why on earth you'd think he's giving you any flat earth information? All he's done is beg the question of orbits.
Why are you doing this, Jaron? Do you really hate flat earth that much that you're going to give Toon all of that for free?
I think it is the case. I think he hates flat earthers. He doesn't want to give his audience that are giving him money the proof that they're so in need of and so desire and are presumably giving them the super chats for. He didn't want to say, because Earth's measured flat, as per your examples. He just didn't say it. Like I say, he just counted the money at the end. Money I so sorely need, but have lost out because Jaron's told a massive audience that I'm a scammer because I understand what science is.
Need to actually go anywhere to say, well, a sphere will have this. It's just
the way a sphere works. Right, okay.
Right. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? It's just how a sphere works. Response from Jaron? Right. Are you a flat earther? Have you recently been scammed by Jeranism into believing he actually has some flat earth information to give you? Need I present you anything more than this example?
We can do the spherical trigonometry.
We can do, that's Jaron and Toon together, can do the spherical trig. No, you can't, I already responded to this, but I'm a flat earther, one that needs money, I'm really poor.
Spherical geometry for it. You don't need to actually go anywhere to say, well, a sphere will have this. It's just
the way a sphere works.
It's just the way a sphere works. Like I say, if you've recently been conned by Jeranism and given him money, know this. Your money would have been much better spent with me.
Right, okay. That's what I was saying. But I mean, all that stuff is just made up. How do you think they figured out the weight of a neutron star? It's what needs to work in their mathematics for their story to work.
Let's just answer Jaron's question. How did they work out the weight of a neutron star? That's a very good question. Well, you'd need scaling values and orbital motions to be assumed, Jaron, but unfortunately that's already now declared as being science in this discussion, isn't it? Well, you'd use gravity equations within the begging the question fallacy of orbits. Unfortunately, though, orbits is now science, isn't it? I mean, you didn't turn around and just tell him that science doesn't prove anything. We're just moving forward with science being orbits and is being assumed by way of begging the question fallacy you didn't point out. Great debate, by the way.
It's physics. They didn't.
No, there's no physics of neutron stars.
No, there's assumptions of orbital values ascribing weights to things, though, Jaron. Yeah, I mean, it'd be useful if you'd have overcome this argument rather than just, non-sequituring your way through everything he says.
Toon, come on. What is the physics of neutron?
What is physics, Jaron? When you're talking about the physical and natural world, that's science. Science is physics. So again, you're using words, physics, yeah, exclusively in this arena. That's natural science. That's physics. But you're using these words when he's described hypothesis construction. Also physics. And by way of investigation method, that's science. For physics.
What do you mean? Who's gone out and tested a neutron star?
You don't have to go out and test.
Oh, so it's physics.
God, get 2 words out of Toon. Jaron's loud mic interruptions.
This is just made up stuff in the sky?
No.
We got that the first time, Jaron. Yeah, your crap point that it's just made up. It doesn't really hold much water, but maybe repeat it through him.
Well, it's not.
Well, then what is it?
People develop an understanding of how things work, of how the physics...
Yeah, that's orbital motion, the one he assumed and now declared as science, Jaron.
...of particles work and high energy particles.
It's such a belief.
It's 15 seconds of Toon before Jaron interrupts. Good timer, good timer. Obviously very orderly debate this.
Yes, I know people go to school and learn what a neutron star is, but nobody knows what a neutron star is. It's just what needs to be.
Toon's humiliating you, by the way, Jaron. That's why he's got this smile slapped all over his Chevy Chase. Yeah, that grin is because you're interrupting him. The fear in your voice at the beginning of this debate was palpable, Jaron. Absolutely palpable. And Toon knew it. He heard that fear in your voice. And now he's smiling at you. as you interrupt him for about the 18th time with another non sequitur that you feel the need to repeat, as you don't understand what science is.
For their mathematics.
He's already won. You've already accepted orbital motion begging the question fallacy as science, by the way. He's already won. That's why he's grinning at you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a hypothesis, and they do
Called it. First words out of his mouth with a big, massive grin. It's a hypothesis. Yeah, he's raping you, Jaron. Yeah, that's what he's doing. That's why he's smiling while he does it. Yeah, here, he'd be hauled over the coals like we're doing on your behalf now, Jaron. Actually doing a good job of ripping apart what he says. Yeah, after the fact. Yeah, what we got from you is your quivery voice about how you're going to be doing this debate. That's what we got from you.
things to test it.
Like what?
And
how can they test the weight?
If there's
How do you test these things, Jaron? Hypotheses. Tests. Yeah, there's another word for a hypothesis test, Jaron. If you weren't so ignorant of science, you'd know what that was. I'll ask my panel. What's another word for a hypothesis test, gentlemen?
Experiment.
An experiment. That's right, Jaron. You hear that? Hypothesis test. He said it 5 times. Hypothesis, hypothesis, hypothesis. He said it over and over again. Now, how do we test it? Oh, that's part of the scientific method also, the one that you decried us as scammers for declaring to our audiences, Jaron. The one you're now getting raped for. And I'm really enjoying watching it. So's Toon as he grins at you. Yeah, he's the one doing it. Because he knows you're ignorant of science. And he knows we're not. That's why he's not here. He's with you. So he can roll you over like he is.
new information, then they'll adjust it if it doesn't match.
Oh, really? See, I at that point would have pointed out to McToon that no, you have an independent variable which you will vary and manipulate to see if it causes the effect you're studying. If it doesn't, you validate your null. And you have to start from stage 1 again. That's what you do in an actual scientific-based experiment. Of course, he can tell you anything, can't he, Jaron, because you're ignorant. So he can tell you anything he likes here. Surprising that I haven't heard once you tell him that science doesn't prove anything while he babbles this shite to you. Interesting, eh?
How do they do? Well, all right, neutron star. I'm not an astrophysicist. That's not my speciality. But
Well, you'll need orbital motion to give you size and scale, won't you?
if you want to talk about how do you falsify the globe, I can do that.
Falsify? Well, as in prove incorrect. Well, you'd vary and manipulate something that's varied to cause an effect. The globe isn't something that falls within the purview of science in spite of your use of the word hypothesis, Toon. This is what you should be doing, by the way, Jaron, as a flat earther that knows your stuff.
Okay.
Right. So
Okay? Just agreeing with him. Au contraire, Jaron. So as opposed to what I did and told you should be doing, you simply agreed with him. Right, but very poor show, Jaron. Very, very poor show. In fact, I'm going to declare that Jaron's a scammer. The fact that he's agreeing with this globetard and telling people how Earth is in an orbital motion, he's a scammer. He's just here to scam you into belief that you're on a globe by letting you believe that he's a flat earther. He's not. He's scamming you into thinking you're a flat earther, aren't you, Jaron? You're a scammer. You're not proving Earth's flat. In fact, when you had the golden opportunity to point out a concession, you didn't, making you a scammer. You're a flat Earth scammer, Jaron. You're just there to take the money off flat earthers while you tell them about orbital motions. Scammer.
Yep.
How do you like it, Jaron? Is it fun listening to me with absolute justification? You don't hear any fear in my voice while I call you a scammer, because you're demonstrating ignorance here. You're being rolled over by a globetard. It's pathetic. Learn what science is, Jaron, you pathetic scumbag, scammer, pretending to be a flat earther. You're watching Jaron now. Unsubscribe. Don't give him money. He's just scamming you. Why on earth you'd think he's giving you any flat earth information? All he's done is beg the question of orbits.
Oh, Professor Parks is in the chat. If you want to talk about neutron stars, he might be a better person to ask about how they test a hypothesis for neutrons.
So you're going to tolerate this? Your guest just told you that a claim he's made is better deferred to somebody in the audience. No, you see, what I would do here is absolutely roll him over. No, you see, you claimed it, Toon, so I'm going to hold you accountable for it. Not let you defer it to someone in the audience that isn't here.
Neutron stars. But you asked, how can we falsify the globe?
Right.
You can't. It's not a scientific prediction-based question because there's no phenomena to observe.
There's definitely ways that we can falsify the globe.
Really? Could you put it through that hypothesis test?
right? If
Dependent variable globe. Sorry, is that varying in any way? How is globe varying? Because that's what you'd need if your hypothesis is what you're aiming for, and that's what he told you, Jaron. Of course, you don't know any of this, do you? You just tell people who do know that they're scammers.
if
Yeah, he's stuttering is because he's got to now lie about what actual science is when falsifying a concrete noun.
So
distances between lines of longitude south of the equator,
Longitude lines? I wonder what they are. Anybody care to tell me what a longitude line is? In practical application, not in begging the question fallacy. We don't allow that here, Adam. In practical application.
Will be part of the Cartesian grid system that we use for celestial navigation.
Ding, 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 ding. He's just offered you another flat earth proof, Jaron. Maybe ask why you don't ever get any concessions.
increase instead of decrease. That would falsify the globe.
Falsify the globe? No, that's because it's measured on a flat earth Cartesian grid system, like your triangles were. It's the second one in a row that Jaron's not caught. Scammer. If you're a flat earther and giving this person money, you should feel ashamed of yourself. He's just scamming you out of your money by telling you he's a flat earther and then not actually pointing out the flat earth proofs that his opponent's giving you, and instead talking about orbits. Don't give Jaron money. He is a scammer. This is now proven. How does it taste, Jaron? Nice? Fun? Me robbing you of your money instead of you doing it to me? With your bigger audience and your more clout? Nice?
Right, but that wouldn't make any sense.
Sorry, Jaron's going to pipe up with his loud-ass microphone with his shitty production values, where he's 10 times louder than the guest. So I'll just adjust that for Jaron.
That's not longitude and latitude. That's not how they work, right?
But what is longitude and latitude other than proving a flat Earth, Jaron? Do you know? Because we just pointed out how it proves a flat Earth.
By his demonstration on this video, being passive, being soft and everything, he makes me think that he's, like you said, a scam, or he's a planted counterintelligence, like something to further cause diversion and confusion and cloud up the flat Earth argument.
No, I'm not going to do that, Dino. Sorry. No. Don't tarnish what I'm doing. No, I'm not going to speculate about him being a government-paid shill. No. Or an agent in place. No. What I'll say is, he's saying he's a flat earther. He is assuming Earth's orbits and arguing about them. When Earth is measured flat by demonstration of his opponent, he does not highlight it. So what I am saying is, by factual demonstration, Jeranism is scamming you into believing he's a flat earther. Those are demonstrated facts. Not like Jaron saying Nathan doesn't know what science is, therefore he's a scammer. Not that baseless assertion shit. Facts. Jaron is scamming you into believing he can prove Earth is flat, scamming you into believing that when he gets concessions, he's going to actually highlight them as proving Earth's measured flat. He hasn't done any of that. So fact, he is, by virtue of this as a demonstration, scamming flat earthers out of money. Why are you giving him money if you're watching him and funding him to prove Earth's flat, when all he's doing is begging the question of orbits and not proving Earth's flat with anything he's presented, when it's in abundance?
Right. So that would never be the case.
Hold on. I'm giving you a...
He's like, yeah. Oh, let me help you do your ball presuppositional nonsense.
Just gave me as a pretend thing that would never happen, because the globe describes what the longitude and latitude is. So how would they get bigger after the?
Wait, the globe describes what the longitude and latitude is? Scammer. No, Jaron, it's a Cartesian system. Flat Earth in nature when practically applied. That's a fact. It's a flat Earth proof. You've just said that this is useful for proving a globe. Am I not wrong in calling him a scammer? Let's listen to that again.
Hold on. I'm giving you a list of ways...
But that's what you just gave me as a pretend thing that would never happen, because the globe describes what the longitude and latitude is. So how would they get...
The globe describes what the longitude and latitude is. He's scamming you. He's not a flat earther. He's just told you the globe describes the longitude and latitude flat Earth Cartesian grid system. He's just scammed you. He's not a flat earther.
Has he just given longitude and latitude to the globe?
Yes.
Yeah. He just didn't do his homework.
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds like somebody that just...
No. I will return the favour with demonstrations, Arwin. He is a scammer. He's just lied to his audience about globe-ascribed longitude and latitude.
in the grid that they are applied to in practical use, it's flat. It's Cartesian. It's not globe-shaped. Jaron's just told his audience otherwise. That's what he said the globe is proving. That makes him a flat Earth scammer. Facts.
Surely you go, but how do you get longitude? They're derived as flat Earth elevation angles to Polaris. You've got the fantastic ammunition there, haven't you?
He's just collecting the money off flat earthers instead whilst telling them that it proves a globe. Scammer.
Hey, Jaron, you hear that sound, son? That is the sound of inevitability. You are a demonstrated fraud.
So, Jaron, why are you telling your audience that this flat Earth Cartesian system that proves Earth is measured and navigated flat is ascribable to a globe? I can only assume that you are only here to screw flat earthers out of money. Just unsubscribe from him. If you've in any way given him money, feel guilty because you've given it to people who want to peddle globes and peddle orbital motions and peddle Cartesian flat Earth grid systems being used for the globe. It's just scum, basically. I mean, what an outrage. I mean, it's like I say, this isn't like Jaron calling me a scammer for his baseless assertion that I don't understand what science is, only to be demonstrated and laughed at by Toon for his total lack of knowledge of science, when demonstrated that, what, begging the question of orbits is science and hypothesis construction, Jaron? Because that's what you've been told and accepted. No telling Toon that it's not proving anything. No, you're just here to rape people of their money if they're flat earthers, aren't you, Jaron? Sad, really. I feel bad for all the people that give you money. They've been deceived by a scammer.
Get bigger at after the equator. That doesn't then no longer is a globe. Therefore, what do you mean? I mean, I want real examples.
And therefore, there no longer is a globe when you've said that the grid system is specifically for a globe, but therefore there isn't one. Was that your flat Earth proof, Jaron? Was that the standard? Therefore, there isn't at the end of a statement that's ascribing latitude and longitude to the globe specifically, but it isn't. Why is anybody giving him money? Give it all to me. Yeah? If you hear this clip, give me the money you would have given Jaron. Yeah? Take your money away from his Patreon and give it to me. Someone who's actually going to prove the flat Earth for you. Someone that's going to point out these scammers for you, save you from, being conned by Jaron. You give me the money that you're giving Jaron. Just unsubscribe his Patreon and join mine. It'll offer you value. Unlike Jaron, who'll just con you back into being on a globe.
Falsify it.
Yeah,
How many
but
subscribers-
Look how
subscribers
pleased
does
Toon
Jaron
is.
have?
For my audience, see how Toon's really pleased? And I, the flat earther, am furious because he's winning. Jaron's giving him a platform to win, as you all give Jaron money for this. Toon's pleased with the outcome. Very pleased. Look at that smile. He's delighted that he's conned your audience, Jaron, into beliefs that assumptions of orbits are scientifically validated with the hypothesis. So what he's got out of you? Well, what have you got? That's just not true.
the globe has been designed with those longitude.
Maybe talk about proving a flat Earth for a bit, Jaron. Is it just only the globe that you like to talk about when you're scamming flat Earthers out of their money?
Latitude. And by the way, those maps had longitude and latitude in 1500s, 1600s. It's funny that you all these people talk about, we went out and we did these surveys and we surveyed this land, we surveyed the triangles, and but we knew longitude,
latitude, longitude.
He didn't even get to make the point. He was so close to saying proves a flat Earth. Jaron, you just needed to actually summarise that you're proving a flat Earth with those things. Why didn't you?
It is something that
I know it's just Toon's turn. I'll turn the volume up. Jaron doesn't need to make the conclusion that those triangles prove Earth's measured flat.
you don't even need to do anything to say, well, on a sphere, we can do the spherical trigonometry.
Sorry, spherical trigonometry, as in curved lines for triangles. There's no such animal.
I want to bet you Jaron's going to let that one go too.
This is why he has so many subscribers and viewers. Because of his passive
Stop
incompetence.
doing this. Why do you have to tarnish what we're doing? I can demonstrate that Jaron has just failed to conclude a flat Earth proof offered to him on a plate multiple times by his opponent. He did not conclude with the words, because Earth is flat. He didn't say that. Therefore, scammer. He could have done, he didn't. The guest was given the opportunity to smugly cut off a flat Earth proof. Jaron did nothing.
Right.
But take the money from the super chats.
Yeah.
You don't need to tarnish that, Zeros, with conspiratorial speculation about his motivation. I can prove he's doing what he's doing when I show it. I can demonstrate his scamming nature when he doesn't conclude with that which any reasonable flat earther would if with this size of audience. The triangles and the flat earth grid system, as Jaron declared, were done before the globe existed. Therefore, these systems are measured and measuring Earth as a flat plane. Those words didn't cross his lips, but he still counted the cash from the super chats, didn't he?
It feels like a rigged game to me, like a boxing match where the boss comes like, yeah, I know you got a winning streak, but this time you got to take a fall, and there's money on this, and you better not win.
He's a scammer. He's just here to scam you into belief that you're on a globe by letting you believe that he's a flat earther. He's not.
Right? I mean, it almost feels like that. Like, why are you doing this, Jaron? Do you really hate flat Earth that much that you're going to give McToon all of that for free?
I think it is the case. I think he hates flat earthers. He doesn't want to give his audience that are giving him money the proof that they're so in need of and so desire and are presumably giving them the super chats for. He didn't want to say, because Earth's measured flat, as per your examples. He just didn't say it. Like I say, he just counted the money at the end. Money I so sorely need, but have lost out because Jaron's told a massive audience that I'm a scammer because I understand what science is.
Need to actually go anywhere to say, well, a sphere will have this. It's just
The way a
it's how
sphere
geometry
works.
works.
Right. Okay.
Right. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? It's just how a sphere works. Response from Jaron? Right. Are you a flat earther? Have you recently been scammed by Jeranism into believing he actually has some flat earth information to give you? Need I present you anything more than this example?
We can do the spherical trigonometry.
We can do, that's Jaron and Toon together, can do the spherical trig. No, you can't, I already responded to this, but I'm a flat earther, one that needs money, I'm really poor.
Spherical geometry for it. You don't need to actually go anywhere to say, well, a sphere will have this. It's just
The way a
it's how
sphere
geometry
works.
It's just the way a sphere works. Like I say, if you've recently been conned by Jeranism and given him money, know this. Your money would have been much better spent with me.
Right. Okay. That's what I was saying.
The way a sphere works, right? With the way a sphere works, can you get an angle off the surface?
No,
No.
that's one of our housekeeping questions, Adam. We ask that daily. Obviously, disseminating useful information that any layman watching this show could have attacked Toon with. But heaven forbid that a well-known flat earth scammer, YouTuber, would put that to him. But no, you couldn't get the elevation angle measurements from a curved earth. Adam, we ask that daily. But we're good flat earthers, one that do deserve support. Definitely don't deserve to be called scammers for knowing what science is. But meanwhile, not proving that you can't get an elevation angle measurement from a curved baseline, as has been proven by Toon. That wouldn't be in the scope of Jaron. He's a flat earth scammer. He's just collecting the money. He's there to affirm that that's how a sphere works, as he's just done.